Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called the Mean One. You need 2 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of melon liqueur, a half ounce of lime juice, and a half ounce of simple syrup. So this is how you're going to make the Mean One. You're going to rim the glass with lime juice and coat the rim with red sugar. This is so cute. Refrigerate the glass for a few minutes to let the sugar set. Add the tequila, the melon liqueur, the lime juice, and the simple syrup into a cocktail shaker filled with ice. Shake for about 5 to 10 seconds. Pour from the shaker over ice. Garnish with a mini candy cane and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. So cute.
It is.
Shout out to Your Tipsy Homegirl. Y'all make sure you follow her at Your Tipsy Homegirl on Instagram and TikTok. You can book her for your next event, or you can learn how to make specialty cocktails. I will say, since we've had Jessica here making us drinks, I feel better when I'm in the kitchen making a specialty cocktail. Like, she inspires me.
Oh.
That's exciting. I made one over the weekend. Well, before Thanksgiving.
What'd you make?
It was a tequila based, like orange cream type of drink. It was really good.
Like those dreamsicle things.
That's what it tasted like. And then it had ingredients for instructions to make a homemade simple syrup with raspberries. It was cute. So shout out to Your Tipsy Homegirl. She out here inspiring bitches.
Well, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
I hope that you all enjoyed the live shows. If you were able to make it out to any of them this year, they are done. And we have a whole tour coming up for 2023, the Dirty Little Secrets Tour. So I hope that you get your tickets. I'm excited. And I really wish Beyonce would release her tour dates so that we can finish mapping out the fall, winter of 2023. Because you keep asking for cities, but we need our girls to tell us something.
We do, because I'm sick of waiting, and we don't want to book a date and she doing a show the same day or even the same weekend, because we not going to make it to the show.
We're going to be at Beyonce's show,
We're going to be right there at Beyonce's show. And the 4 of y'all that buy the tickets to go to see cocktails,
y'all going to be mad. We're going to have to refund you some kind of way. But I'm so excited. This year has been really great with all the different shows. I also want to shout out to the Airbnb Good Vibes HTX. They sponsored my stay in Houston. So check out Instagram for the pictures. We tagged them. It's super cute. Such a nice space.
I love a good Airbnb.
It's good too, especially when you're going to be somewhere for a long time. I like hotels. But if it's going to be a big group or something and you want to spend more time together and not necessarily have to go places, because you never know what the weather is going to be like too. It's nice to all be together. They got a little hot tub.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And you feel better when you're taking your Instagram pictures when you're in the Airbnb, if it's nice enough.
Yeah.
Get a
that
nice
one is nice.
Background shot.
It's decorated for you to have all of the like Instagram moments. The kitchen, the backyard, everything. There's parking, there's Wi-Fi. There's all that great stuff. I loved it.
That's exciting. Well, speaking of travel, I do want to mention that Bali is now open for people to sign up and book. They're doing an early bird special. If you sign up now, go to paradiseandvibe.com. We will be in Bali May 27th to June 3rd. For Bali, you must be fully vaccinated to enter Bali. So if you're interested in coming, make sure you get vaxxed and waxed and meet us there. We're going to be staying in the Ritz-Carlton Bali. This is a bougie trip, y'all. They are making next year, the 2 trips we do next year are the bougie trips, the luxury trips. So if you're ready and your friends don't never want to turn up with you or travel, come. You can come by yourself. It'll be fun. Bring your bae, do whatever. Go to paradiseandvibe.com and sign up for Bali now.
And make sure you head on over to ClassyBaste.com. Christmas is right around the corner, and you don't want to mess up the meal. You know what happened at Thanksgiving? Or what didn't happen. Don't let that be you. So many people wrote me and they were telling me that they made different dishes. They were trying to modify it. I was like, look, I gave you the recipe that I make. I don't know how it's going to come out with the modifications. I think you just need to make it like I said.
Like substitute something like pork.
Like, can I do half of the recipe? Or like, could I do this instead of that? And it's like, you can. But I didn't stamp that. I stamped this.
It might not taste the same.
I don't know what it's going to taste like. I don't think you should do that. So purchase your copy. It's available for instant download, or you can buy the physical copies. It's up to you, but please buy it. I don't want to see any more struggle plates. One of my friends was making mac and cheese, and she posted it, and I was like, I have an award-winning, I mean, no real awards, but an award-winning amongst my friends recipe for mac and cheese. And it's like, why didn't you use this? Another friend sent it to me and said, somebody's not using Klassy Baste.
Oh, does she know y'all said that?
I don't know, but she knew it was bad because she was posting this on her story and she was like, yeah, I'm going to try again because this was not it. You know, sometimes you just know.
Yeah. One time I tried to make an apple pie because my dad be cooking. And he sent me the recipe, walked me through it on FaceTime and everything. And it just came out horribly. My dad was cracking up and I cried. I was like, Dad, I tried to make the dumplings and it was just horrible.
Isn't that weird whenever you do think you're following every single instruction? It's like, did you leave something out on purpose? What's going on? And you walking me through it. Did you forget something that you do? I don't know.
It's like watching the YouTube makeup videos and you're like, or the twist outs. That's the one. The twist outs. So you'd be
are
like,
so difficult.
Did yours turn out bad too and you just edited out the video?
Maybe it was like after years of practice.
Okay,
you know?
they need to say
I've never
that.
been able to do a twist out. It always came out fucked up, and I keep my hair straight for that reason because I just can't. If it's gonna be natural, it's just gonna have to be how it is. And
I feel you.
That's not really a style.
Make sure you guys sign up for Patreon. We have a lot of new followers. Go to patreon.com/CockTales. Sign up to get bonus content. Somebody hit me up today and was like, I don't see all the extra old episodes. And I was like, that's not what's on there. Y'all got to read the descriptions of what you're getting.
Yeah, but even when you do sign up for Patreon, you can go back and see the old bonus episodes.
Old bonus. They were talking about every episode that we've ever recorded.
Well, somebody else asked me about the old bonus episodes, and I guess they were having trouble navigating the app. I don't really know where the confusion is, but you just scroll back. I tried to go to the app and see if there was an update. I don't know, you guys, but you can always contact actual Patreon for help because we don't really know, but you can definitely see it all. And the episodes got a little slow because we were just too swamped. So we appreciate you guys for hanging in there. They're coming out regularly again. So thank you guys for supporting us through it all.
We appreciate y'all. Order your shirts, get your merch, order the game. I'm CuriousToKnow.com. We appreciate it. If you're interested in live show sponsorship, hit us up. It's a nice little cool way to get your name out there.
It really is. And speaking of live shows, we have so many. I want to go ahead and run through the dates really quick because I know that when we recorded before, some of the dates weren't confirmed. So just make sure we say it in here for you guys. So we are going to start this Dirty Little Secrets tour off in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. We will be at the Music Farm on January 26th. And then we'll be in Atlanta for a special event, 2-night event on February 10th and February 11th.
You do not want to miss that. Yeah, it's going to be a special Valentine's Day special. And these little bottles of wine that you see might be available at the City Winery that night.
That's going to be super cute. You got to get you some. Also, we're going to go to LA. We will be at LA at the Regent Theater on February 23rd.
Then we're going to Nashville. On March 2nd, we'll be at the City Winery again. I'm so excited. Okay, Nashville.
You know, I haven't spent much time in Nashville, so I'm excited. I want to stay a little bit longer, get some hot chicken again.
The last time I spent time in Nashville, I told you what it was like, and it was very odd, and there was a lot of people on heroin. However, I'm excited to give it a redo and meet you guys.
I did not have that experience, thank God. Okay, so then after that, we are going to Florida. So we will be in Florida in Orlando on March 9th at the Orlando Improv, and then Miami on March 16th at the Miami Improv. So all the Florida girls come out.
And then
can't wait to see y'all.
On March 24th, we're going to Pontiac, Michigan, baby. My DM's been having me cracking up about that one.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, y'all really going to Pontiac? We coming.
We're coming. And somebody was like, Pontiac, like outside of Detroit. And I was like, what other Pontiacs are there? I mean, I didn't know about that one, but I was like, maybe there's a lot of other Pontiacs. But yes, that one.
At the like, why don't y'all just do Detroit? I was like, it's not that
Detroit
far.
Didn't book us.
Right, it ain't that far. It's like Dallas and Arlington.
I guess some people really don't like to leave 10 minutes from their house, but y'all better bring your asses out because we want to see you. Okay, and then after that, we're going to go to Seattle on April 8th at the Crocodile. Then we'll be in Toronto April 15th at the Royal Theater.
And then Dallas May 20th at the Studio at the Factory. And that'll be exciting. Maybe we'll see some of our old high school classmates.
Maybe. So I saw a bunch of them when I was home. We can talk about that later.
Oh, is it good talk? Anybody fine?
No, not like that.
I was
But
excited.
you know what was so embarrassing? One of my homegirls, I had to tell her, you treat me like a charity case, and I don't like it. I be thinking I can laugh and joke with people about like having a type or being single or whatever, but she just takes it too far. I got up and we went to smoke hookah. I got up and went to the bathroom, came back. She has called another one of our high school friends and was like, hey, friend, so what's up with Kiara? Why don't you date her? Excuse me? I didn't want that, nor did I ask for that. I never said that this was a person I was interested in, nothing like that. As a matter of fact, she had just asked me about him earlier, and I told her, no, we're just friends, like strictly friends. Why would you do that?
Was she drunk?
No, she hadn't even been drinking that day. And I was just like, what is going on? You need to relax. Just because you want to date somebody from high school doesn't mean I need to.
And now you're about to get somebody's feelings hurt.
And now it's just awkward. It was just such an awkward thing. Like, imagine walking into that. That's how I felt. I was like, wow. But luckily, he knew, like, Kiara's not interested in me like that. We're just friends. It's fine. We would fight. Anyway, it was a good time. What have you been up to?
I was in DC for quite some time.
What do you think?
I had a really good time. We went to brunch at Park at 14th.
Yep, I love the park.
I had such a good time. I tried to go there the last time I was there, but it just didn't work. So I was in DC for 2 parts of my holiday vacation for Thanksgiving. And so flew to DC, took my dog with me. That's always like, it's like traveling with a baby.
Oh.
She's a good traveler. It just takes longer. You got to get to the airport longer because you got to go to the line and dust your hands, and they got to make sure she can, all the stuff. It's like traveling with a little baby. And so flew to DC, spent a couple days in DC, and then went to the gun range while I was out there. It was so much fun. And I just want to say, when we had Carlos on and that nigga was talking about how, girls don't like to do the things that their man wants to do.
I like the gun range.
I'm not going to lie, I don't like the gun range.
Oh.
But I'm not the type of person that will be like, I don't like it and I'm not doing it.
You made
I will
that
try
very clear.
anything. Huh?
I said, yeah, you made that very clear on that episode.
Yeah, it's like, if you do something and I never did it before, it's not even what I'm interested in. If I fuck with you, I'm going to do it. So I was at the gun range, Kiki, and I was terrified. I've been before, but each and every time I go, I just be scared. I don't know.
What is scaring you?
I think about what if somebody is crazy in here and they just turn around and start busting on everybody. And I don't know why I can't get that out of my mind. I'm just like, we really in here shooting and niggas.
Guns.
Like, yeah, and I just can't get that out of my head. It's just like I don't know what it is.
People were shooting up Walmart, so it's not an illogical thing. It could happen to anybody anywhere.
Yeah, people are crazy today. And then also the times that I've gone to the gun range, even though every time I've been, only 3 times, and one time I was with someone who didn't really seem responsible, but the other 2 people, they really knew about gun safety, and they gave me like a little lesson before we got started, because you could clearly see that I was scared, like shaking. My curls were shaking. I was like, I was so scared. I shot an AR-15 and some sort of little Glock. And then once I got the hang of it, I was like, okay.
AR-15?
Girl. I was like, he had about 3 of them. I felt, after I got the hang of it and stopped getting nervous, I had a really good time doing that.
It's definitely like an adrenaline rush. I used to always wonder, I shot one with a silencer, right? And I used to always wonder from watching movies, why doesn't everybody use the silencer if the gunshot makes the noise, right? And that's what's alerting other people. Why would you not just always shoot? When I picked that shit up and it almost fell out of my hand, I said, well, maybe this is why. I don't know if that's why, but that shit was heavy in the front. That's not why.
The reason why is you have to have only certain people can get that. Everybody can't just get a silencer.
These people are getting guns off the street, so I would just imagine they would steal one.
That's why. They have to get like special, everybody. Because I asked that same question, because there was a guy in there that had a silencer. I was like, I wonder why most people don't have it. And then he was giving me the breakdown of why.
So what's the reason?
You have to have a certain certification. They don't just have it like they have the guns for people to just
like
get
you need a
bootleg.
special license type of thing. Huh. I would still go and get my license. I'm about to kill somebody and go to jail anyway.
I think he was telling me you have to have like they go into an extensive background check to know why you're getting this.
First time. I'm telling you, I would still try, and then I would go try and kill somebody silently.
Ooh.
But if I was a killer,
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm glad.
I don't. I just go to the gun range and play with the little target things, little sheets that move around.
Bitch, and I did good. I was shooting all up in the middle.
Oh, okay. You got him in the chest cavity.
I got the chest cavity, got him in his little rib. It was, it ended up being fun. What else did we do in DC? We had sex.
Name party. Oh, okay.
I was supposed to go to a party with the guys that we went on their you couldn't make it on their podcast because I think your flight was delayed or something happened. They booked something. Walt from Tequila Talk. We were supposed to go somewhere, but ended up not. I went, but they came too late. You bitch, you know I'll be tired. I was like, I'm leaving. It was called 12 Stories. That was fun. While I was there, I had the most odd experience with, I'm assuming, a fan of the show. We're sitting outside on the patio talking, just having a normal conversation, and a girl comes up. I'm talking about, she like grabbed like the collar of my jacket, and I was really confused. I was like,
what?
What are you doing? The music was loud.
That this was something like, did I fuck your man?
No, bitch.
That's what would go through my mind.
I did.
If somebody did that to me, like, did I fuck your nigga? Like, what happened? I'm sorry, I didn't know. He didn't say he was taken.
Well, the funny thing is, I looked at him like, I don't live in DC. And I don't always assume that when people come up, they're fans of the show.
Yeah, I don't.
And so I was like, what?
Especially like doing that. That's a lot.
She was very touchy. And then she goes like this. Let me put my drink down because I got to do that movement. She looks over at him and she goes, watch out for this one.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. And I was like, is she okay? Like, are we
No,
about to be
she's
on
not
the news?
okay.
Girl,
That's so awkward. What kind of drugs was she on?
I don't know. And then I was like, was she drunk? Was there, like, what was going on? She never said anything about CockTales. But I was assuming, I was reading in between the lines, like, okay, I don't know. Maybe she thought I was somebody else. But then he was like, maybe she does listen to the show, but she never mentioned it. And she just kept coming back. And she was like,
that is
gotcha.
so awkward.
It was very awkward.
What?
I was like,
I would be so scared because I would just assume she was going to do something very crazy to me. Because she was all hyped up on Mountain Dew and drugs.
Something. I had never had like a weird experience like that, but it was very odd. And I was just, we both were just sitting there in silence looking like, when are you going to walk away?
Oh, so she just stood there for a while.
And then she was
This bitch was tweaking.
She was tweaking. She was like, and you know you're a mess. And she was touching my jacket. And I was like,
bitch, back up. Because what if I was you don't know what kind of day I was having. What if I was just ready to like fuck somebody up?
Right.
We could have been in the middle of an argument.
We could have been.
And now you about to get it.
It was very on there. He was kind of like, do you know her? But then he saw like that I did. And then that's when she went over to him and tapped him like, gotcha. Bitch, I was like, and we ate an edible. So I was like, was it weird? Or was it, no, he was
now,
like, it was certified weird.
Edible,
no,
I'm wondering if it was amplified in your memory.
No one should ever come up and be like, gotcha.
You, period.
And not even the touch. It was the gotcha. I was like, what?
It was a touch for me because why are you shaking my collar? Excuse me, Miss Ma'am. Get you and your little monkeypox hands back.
I didn't know what to know. I don't mind. I love when people come up and talk, but let's say how we know each other. Let's say that. Something
that has never happened to me. People always state their case, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all that I met. Oh, speaking of meeting people, so my little brother has a friend, a really good friend of his, and she listens to the show. So shout out to Cavassier. That is her real name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on,
so I met her.
Fun.
She was braiding my mom's hair. And so she came out to the car. We were coming back from the store. She comes out to the car and she was meeting her to do her hair. And she like bends down. She's like waving and stuff. And my mama was like, hey, girl. And then she realized she was not talking to her. She was talking to me. And she was like, I'm just so excited. And so she said that she loves the show. She's been listening for a while. When she found out that I was Joseph's sister, she was so excited and was, like, why you ain't tell me? Whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, well, girl, you trying to come help at the Houston show?
Yeah.
But she was really sweet. It was really nice to meet her. And she said that we are doing a great job and it's really inspiring. And she loves to see women just keep going at what they're doing. And it's just a beautiful thing. So I had to make sure I told you that. Yeah, she was so sweet.
Thank you, Kavasi. That means so much when people be sending stuff like that because so often people really be hating.
If another person tells me how shiny my face is, I have oily skin, okay? There is no mirror in front of me. I can't see it. If don't nobody tell me, do y'all really want me to interrupt the show and pull out paper towels? Like,
it don't look shiny though when I'm looking at you like in
I just went
person.
and powdered my face. And sometimes I do see it after the fact, but it's after the fact. I did not realize that my oily skin was so offensive to so many people. Jeez, what you look like?
What do you look like? Somebody told me my feet was ugly. And I was like, nigga, your mama ugly.
Your feet? How do they even see your feet?
It was on Instagram in my story. I was like posting a picture of my dog and my foot was in it. And if y'all keep telling me I'm getting thick, I'm gonna punch you in your throat.
That's rude.
I don't like it.
I don't like it
Like
either.
I don't want it to be thick. So if you're thick, power to you. Please stop telling me. I see it. When y'all send the DMs, when you put it under the comments, I think that people think that we don't
what we look like.
I see it, and I know.
I see the comment.
And it's noted. Thank you, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Somebody was like, she is trying her best to hide that broken nail. My nails be breaking too.
I got 2 broken nails right now.
Well, I have on my emergency press on, so my nails are very mismatched. And that's just how it's going to be.
Oh, it don't look bad, though. These look like wedding nails, the first 2.
Mm-hmm. These are the wedding set. This came from one set, and these are left over from before. But it is what it is. I'm going to get my nails done next week. I'll be breaking them.
Apparently, I do, too. But shout out to them people. How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. I actually met my uncle's wife.
How was that?
It was really cool. I really like her. So if you guys have been listening for a while, my uncle got married last year, and nobody knew that he was even in a relationship for like a decade, right? But so I didn't go to the wedding, but I did hear about it. And afterwards, we had like a little Zoom meeting, and we met her over the internet because they live in California. But she, I believe it was her idea actually to come to Louisiana for Thanksgiving, which was great to me because he doesn't usually come home.
She probably was like, I want to meet your family.
Yes, and she was so much fun. We were doing little dance challenges and stuff. I was in the country. I know I asked you to participate, but the video wouldn't see it. I'm going to have to show it to you later. But we had a whole dance challenge, y'all, and she was down for everything.
Did she do the dance?
Yeah.
And she got that little part that I be struggling with?
I'm going to show you the video. But we did multiple dances, but we had so much fun. It was really nice to meet her. She seemed really excited to meet us, and it was just like warm. Y'all know sometimes my family, they be arguing. The sisters, sometimes they have a hard time getting along. We have no issues. This was a good year. Everybody didn't come, but it was a really good time. Lots of people cooked. My grandma did get sick. And my grandpa didn't get to be there because he's still in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for a long time. So if you're a praying person, please pray for him. Hopefully he can come home soon. But I did get to see him. I went to the hospital and saw him. We were cracking jokes and stuff. So it was all good. But yeah, the holiday was really good. I'm glad that I went. Glad I got to see my family. The family is just growing. It's so many people. There's children, even though they wouldn't participate in my Instagram reels I was trying to create. I'll try again for Christmas. It was just nice to be around everybody.
For me, it was a different Thanksgiving because my grandmother is also sick. And it was just really sad. And that's my grandma where it's like, that's the grandma that I really know. And that's my last grandparent. So she got sick. We couldn't have Thanksgiving at her house where we normally have it. And that's where everybody congregates. There's just so many memories at that house. And so we ended up having to do Thanksgiving at my dad's little sister's house, which is different. But you really don't be with your dad's side.
I definitely don't.
I mean,
I know what happened last time I spent Thanksgiving with him. I won't talk about it because feelings got hurt. But
I don't want nobody's feelings to hurt. We had a good time. It was just different, but they got to see the babies. It was just it's. Oh
yeah, because the babies did come.
My sister went. Her husband came. And
did your brother come?
My brother didn't come. His girl got him locked down. She said they starting their own traditions. I said, girl, bye. So it was just seeing like your grandparents get old, even though you know that they old. My grandma's 88, and she literally was like, I can't live forever, baby. And I was like, please, grandma, I don't. It's just like every day waking up wondering, is today the day? And that's just not. It was kind of sad. So. It was a different Thanksgiving, but I'm glad I got to see her.
That is a sad feeling.
It was.
Oh,
even just like seeing your. It's also thinking about like your grandma passing away, but then also thinking about like,
who's gonna be in charge now?
Who's gonna be in charge? But then also watching like your parent, my mom. That's her mom, and so seeing her handle my grandma now and seeing her so frail and just that. My grandma's a spicy woman. Even still, she gets a little spicy. That's why she can't go into a home because they're like, they gonna beat you. They's gonna beat you, Graham. Graham will be like, don't be touching me. And just like the people, if they was, she can't go in no home.
Yeah, but I understand that. You gotta watch people like that. People. Both sides.
Yes. So that was interesting. I was just talking to. Have you ever talked to your mom about stuff like that? Like, how do you feel about your parents dying?
No, I don't like to think about it like for real.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't. But I did. Do you ever like look at pictures and then just have that moment? Like if you're looking at pictures with your mom and you look at the person and then you see a picture from 10 years ago or 20 years ago and just how drastically different they look. I even notice like how they're moving, like their mobility and like just little things like my grandma's hearing is fading. She has to wear a hearing aid. Her speech, something, she told me she had to get Botox. I said, girl, what you getting Botox for?
Let's
I'm
go
thinking we can
together.
relate. She was like, oh, no, I have to get it in my vocal cords. The hearing, and she has tinnitus and something else, it affects her speech. So they do the shots of Botox in her vocal cords. I don't know what it does exactly, but it makes it easier for her to speak well and clearly. And I'm like, that's just so much to think about. And then constantly having to go to all these doctor's appointments, being more afraid of things like COVID, even though we act like it's not here no more. It's like when you're older, you do think about that more because you're already older. It's stressful.
It is stressful.
So I just be trying to hug them, love them as much as I can, spend as much time as I can.
I brought my man to meet my grandma, and I told her, this is going to be my husband, and just in case you can't make the wedding, I want you to meet him. And she was cracking up. She was like, you just going to say that in front of him. I'm just going to say it in front of him. He better not make a fool of me. And we all laughed. That was different. No one's ever met my grandma. But look at this old picture of my mom.
Oh, she got that hair laid.
Right?
Okay.
I said, oh, Mom, you was a baddie.
What a beautiful smile.
Right? Back then, I said, oh, Mom, you was fine. If y'all can see it.
Maybe you can send it to me. I can pop it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I like looking at pictures. So my aunt she stole my idea from my gallery wall, and instead of just a bunch of pictures of her, like at my house, she turned into an ancestor wall, which I really like. So it's just like so many old pictures, new pictures too, but lots of pictures of all of the family, my grandma's side and my grandfather's side.
Did
on my
she have
mom's
the
side.
original photos?
Some of them are originals. Some of them are copies. Some of the originals I have. And I will hand out digital copies, but I have them locked up in a fire safe cabinet so that we don't lose them, especially with things burning up around here. But yeah, I just love those moments.
Me too.
I wonder when the time does come, what the shift will be. Who is the new matriarch? Is it gonna be my mama because she's the oldest with the most kids?
But then it's also like the matriarch has to be the person. Me and my sister were up in the hotel talking about this, and my mom, like, who is it going to be? Because my grandma is the one that could get everybody to come, even the people that don't normally come. And it's like, I feel like when she's gone, it's almost like there might be like family will be really distant because it's like, well,
who's going to bring everybody together?
Yeah. And then it might be like, well, you might not want this person here. It's just like a lot. And then I was telling my sister, I was like, and then like when mom and dad go, when people start getting ready to die, I start thinking about everybody dying. It's really weird. I've been having these crazy dreams about the Titanic, and I'm on the door.
Titanic?
Yeah, I'm on the door where Kate was.
Were you on a cruise?
No.
Okay.
And anyway, so
do you think it'll be your mom?
Well, no, because my mom lives in Texas, and my family in Pittsburgh, they are very much like they don't leave. They don't leave Pittsburgh. And then if you come here, there are certain people where it's like, we're not doing Thanksgiving over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I do know exactly what you mean. I understand.
So I don't know how that works. And it's almost like back then, the classic ladies like our grandmas and even our moms, they were different with family. I feel like our generation, we're not so much close to like cousins and know who everyone is in the family. My mom has all of these stories about our older family members who have passed away or who are still living and really knows them, really grew up with them. I didn't grow up with my cousins. So it's not that I don't know some of them, but most of them, it's like we see each other and it's just like, I haven't seen you in 7 to 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, how do you decide who's going to be the next matriarch?
I think it's going to be my mom, because even though they be beefing with her, she does do a good job of pulling everybody together, and she has the help of her own kids, so that helps. I mean, we're most of the family, this little branch. But I think it'll be her. And even though I ain't got no kids and probably won't, I think it'll be me next, because my sister was talking to me about it, Madison, and she was saying how good of a job I do with keeping up with everybody and staying in touch and just reaching out and being nice and just trying to keep the peace amongst people. And I like it. I will accept the responsibility when it comes. And I also hope I have a really big ass house so I can have a Thanksgiving and Christmas like Oprah does, where she has all the family at the long table with all the
welcoming committee. I was like,
I loved it. I was like, this is what I aspire. That is the rich auntie.
That's the rich auntie. And
Could you imagine if you got invited to Oprah's house?
Could you imagine if Oprah just wanted to take you under her wing?
Please take me. Sorry, mama.
I mean, girl, they be saying I look like you, and it does make me mad. But they do say it. Somebody
Y'all might
just
be related.
I wonder. I don't know. But one time my mama met Oprah at the airport and she was rude to her. So
Ooh,
I mean, I'll still come into your wing, but
we got to talk about a few things.
Yeah, because you was mean to my mama.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and do weird sex so I don't forget, and then we can get back into chit chats.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
So this is a quick story. You guys sent me this a lot. I was just like, what the fuck? So this man, he's 79 years old in Japan. He shoved a jump rope in his dick.
How?
And it got into his bladder. So he was having trouble urinating, and he went to the doctor to find out what was going on. So upon examination, they found like something peculiar in his bladder that wasn't urine. And so they're like, what the fuck is this? Rush him to the hospital that was close by. They do an x-ray and they see the jump rope, and he admits to putting it in there. How did he get it in there, you ask?
Yes.
So there is like a kink called urethral sounding. And so you stick objects in the penis, in the little hole, and you're basically trying to stretch it out. Why would someone do that, you ask? Because I asked too. You're going to do that because there's so many nerve endings in the penis. To some people, it is pleasurable. To some people, it's pain. But some people like pain and they find pleasure in that. And you can stretch it out and stretch it out and stretch it out. Now, if you do this like every once in a while, safely, which I don't really, that seems like that doesn't go together, but okay. The website said if you do it safely every once in a while, you'll be okay. You shouldn't have any problems peeing. But if you do it too often, like once a week and more than that, then you might have permanent damage. But I'm just like, so you were, it reminds me of like, you know, when people get those gauge piercings, they get bigger and bigger. So it's like he's doing that to his penis, but why would you do a jump rope? And what kind of jump rope was it? Was it the kind that we used to get at Jump Rope for Heart where they were really, really thin? Or is it like the thick cloth ones?
Right.
Imagine if it was one with those little beads on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then it just seems very unsanitary. Why would I take a jump rope that has to hit the ground and put it in there? And what about the handle?
And I mean, even the doctor saying that there's safe ways to do it. Is
Well,
there
the
limits
doctor
on
didn't
how
say
large
that. The doctor didn't say that. People who are into the kink were saying that.
Because it seems similar to anal. Like, why would you stick something in there? But at least the hole's a little bit bigger. And you don't have to do much to make it expand. You just start rubbing on it and it starts to open. But like a dick hole, that don't happen.
Yeah, and your asshole is for poop. That tends to be bigger than a stream of urine, you know? So it's also like... I don't know how to say it in a nice way, so I won't. But how thick was this jump rope and how little was your dick is what I'm really wondering. Because what were you trying to do? Were you trying to pump it up?
I wish we could find him. He live in Atlanta.
No, he lives in Japan.
Oh.
But that's it for... I don't even know if he's still alive because after this might... I don't know. But he made it through the surgery. They removed it. He was still living at the time the article was published. Anyway, thank you guys for sending that story in. Keep them coming. I really appreciate it. Now back to us. Back to this holiday time.
Okay, I have another holiday dinner question.
Okay.
Now, as we get older, you know, I realize the person who does, my grandma don't be doing the cooking no more. She can't. But like the oldest kids of hers do, and me and my sister will assist if they want us to. I'd be like, I don't really need to, but if y'all need help, I got you. Chopping stuff up. So I'm like, they normally cook. My Aunt Peachy and my mom planned to cook for a lot of people before it got canceled. And I was like, it's so crazy how everybody just shows up to eat and nobody really contributes anything to the dinner. And these are grown people. And some of my cousins and family members, they have a lot of kids. I'm talking about they make kids like back in the day, 6, 8, 12 kids. There's a lot of little babies.
Now, if you show up with 12 mouths to feed and you come empty-handed or with ice or napkins or something like that, you need to hit the dough. Turn it around.
It made me wonder because I was talking to my mom about it. I was like, well, Mom, do you, in moments like this, do you ask people to contribute? Or will that turn people away? because you do still want the family to come. But in my mind, I'm like, I took it upon myself to send my aunt some money because I was like, this is a lot of
and you're not contributing in labor unless you need to.
And so I was like, I wonder, does your family contribute to the groceries, or is it one person who's just okay with getting all the groceries?
My family contributes. Usually different people buy different stuff.
Okay.
So the approach I took this year is everything that I signed up to make, I made a list. It was getting to the nitty gritty. The host didn't make the list. I felt like she was overwhelmed. I'll step in and help. Here's a shared note. These are the items that I'm putting on the menu. These are the things that I will make. Mm-hmm. Everybody signed up for different stuff. So everybody purchased what they were signing up to make. Then the people who were not making anything, they brought other stuff. I don't know if anybody sent anyone any money. I know I didn't get any money, but it was fine because it was still split up amongst a lot of people. And we did a color party the night before. So lots of people brought drinks, alcohol, stuff that didn't need to be made, some pre-made desserts, just like store-bought cookies and cupcakes and stuff like that. They brought those things. And so they had to purchase that. So it was fine. It was pretty even. Because to put all of that on one or two people is a lot. Me and my mom were talking about that. She was like, who paying for all this? I said, well, I think we should all just pay for what we're bringing. And then if you're not contributing anything, you need to send some money. Or bring
I was
some
wondering
cash
that.
at
I
the
was like,
door.
wow, if you the rich auntie, you be having to handle everything.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think if I was like actually rich, the rich auntie, and I was hosting, I wouldn't mind. And then
I don't think I would mind either, unless you're like somebody's taking advantage, like you coming in taking the whole turkey. People really be taking stuff to go.
But you know what? Let's
like,
talk about that part, because it's like you took a whole pan of something and you didn't cook. You didn't do anything. You showed up at the end.
You didn't even say you was coming.
You didn't even clean up. I feel like if you're not cooking, you didn't buy anything, the least you could do is come in and be the cleanup crew. Because after I've been standing on these feet all day, slaving with my hand on my back, sweating and stuff, I'm not doing the cleanup. Somebody else needs to get in there and clean up. Madison brought her boyfriend. He was in there washing dishes. I said, I know that's right.
I love a man that don't mind helping.
Yeah, he was very helpful. They had him moving furniture, doing all kind of stuff. I know he was like, I'm motherfucking tired. They got me working today.
They do.
And that's what we gonna do. It's too many ladies in my family. Somebody asked me when they saw a video I posted, they said, where are the men? I said, we ain't got none. If Joseph had to work. My cousin DJ was there. His dad had to work. My uncle was there. My other uncle was in California, and my grandfather was in the hospital, and that's it.
They will put them into work. They asked my nigga, could he install a doorbell for my grandma? I said, yo,
did he do
no,
it?
he didn't know how to. He was like, maybe if I could look
Like
up
a real doorbell?
an actual doorbell,
Not the ring.
No, I was like,
look
yo, what?
They should have just got a ring. He could have just put that on there.
I was like, Mom, can you stop? Because the next thing she gonna be asking you to, I was like, you better just go sit down somewhere because they gonna have you replacing door handles.
Putting you to work on everything.
They're gonna ask
possible.
you if you know how to lift carpet. You better stop.
Can you install another appliance? Can you actually go get a truck and pick up something from Black Friday? We need help.
And ain't nobody sending you no money.
It's just, well, I gave you Medina, so you're welcome.
Oh, you been on any dates?
I have.
Oh, you see, I put it in big because I was like,
I know, and I started to erase it. I was
did?
like, yes, because I'm like, stop asking me that.
I just be wanting to know.
Usually I don't be on dates,
But
and that's
now
just,
look
it
at
makes me
you.
sad.
It's like I'm putting it in the universe. 'Cause
Okay.
you went on a date.
Okay, I'll take it.
During your travels?
No, here in Atlanta. I didn't go on any dates during my travels. Is that true? Yeah, that's true. I didn't go on any dates. I thought about it, but then I was like, nah, family time. I really want to spend the most of the time with them. But I did nothing special, nothing crazy. But I was invited on a date, and I'm mad I missed it. I didn't go because I was out of town at this point. But somebody invited me to a game. And he had really, really good seats, courtside seats. And I was at home rushing to see my family, and they were all too busy to hang out with me.
Oh, so you didn't go?
Not on that particular date, but I
Okay.
went on some dates before. But it was nothing special, dinners, things like that.
I like not special dates.
I do too, but it's just like nothing to talk about because we went, we had a good time, we talked, enjoyed each other's company. That's it.
It's funny that you say that because I was talking to my bae and he was like, when you like go on dates with people, do you just go on dates with everybody? They asked, like, how do you decide that you want to go on a date with someone?
I think it depends on my mood, like, and just where I'm at. Like sometimes when when I feel like my schedule is super tight, I'm not just going on dates with any old body. I have to already have some sort of interest in you, know you well enough to know that I'm going to most likely enjoy my time with you. I'm not doing a lot of first dates during that time because it's like if I wasted my time with you, I could have been at home getting something else done. Not this. Now I'm going to be up all night. And then I like to have a few conversations. We don't have to have a ton of phone conversations because I want to meet you in person. The phone is different. Some people are better on the phone, some are worse. How are you going to be in real life? Because that's what really matters. But I just decide based on if I feel like there's any sort of chemistry and how well the small conversations have gone that we've already had before you ask me to go somewhere. And don't wait multiple weeks because I'm going to forget about you.
Yeah.
Like, don't hit me up and then 3 weeks later, it's like, where you trying to go? No.
And don't say where you trying to go. The conversation got to be on point for me. The banter, even if it's small talk banter, I need it to be like, we're laughing.
I don't like a lot of awkward moments because then it's like, is this what I'm going to sit through while I'm there?
This is what you want me to get dressed and my feet hurting and put on my expensive concealer and setting powder for it.
And do my hair. Frying it up again.
Frying
my damn hair up, painting my face on, squeezing into these clothes, hurting my feet. When I could have been at home doing something else. I would say working out, but we all know I'm not about to do that. But I could have been doing that instead. You know what I mean? And here I am with you, Ashley Self.
Plane.
Oh my God, when I got off the plane yesterday, the flight attendant was like, hey, ma'am, come here. I need to tell you something. So I was like, oh, okay. He was like, your ankles are very ashy. I said, oh. Then he was like, I'm just playing. I listened to the show.
I was about to say, because my ankles be ashy sometimes.
I know, but I was really like, ooh, my ankle. Why did you wait till the end of the flight to tell me? I've been here all this time.
Just with ashy ankle. I hate
But then I was very
ashy.
self-conscious. I went to the bathroom. I was like, he's saying I'm not ashy. I can't really tell those lights in there. It's not the best lighting. And it's wintertime. Pray for me.
You ever had
I'm not
sex
doing
on the
well.
plane? Have you ever had sex on the plane in the bathroom? I want to, but I'm trying to figure out how people actually make that happen. Like, does one person go to the bathroom, you leave it unlocked, and just hope somebody else doesn't come in after you?
Yeah, you got to move quick, I think.
Okay, and then with the flight attendant...
And then you both have to be small.
Oh.
Because that's a tight-ass room.
Or you just... the woman faces the toilet, and he just comes in behind, and you pull it down real quick, and he hits it from the back.
Like if you get on top of the toilet while it's closed?
Well, I'm not getting on top of that toilet.
Well, what do you mean? Because I'm thinking
like,
about that little
you just turn around
space.
and kind of... You know how there's those bars? Just kind of turn around and hold it and like just kind of just
Did you do this before?
No, but I'm trying to do...
Because I'm thinking, I get what you're saying, but I still feel like that's such a small space.
It is.
Because even when I'm just in there by myself doing what you're supposed to do in there, I'm like, this shit is tight. I'm hitting the walls.
I'm touching the germs.
Ew. And I'm just like, let me get out of here. So...
Yeah. I was just wondering, because I do want to do it. I got a long flight coming up.
How long is the flight?
I think it's 17 hours.
God damn, somebody is fucking on there. At least y'all can sit next to each other and do a little twiddle diddle diddle up under the covers. What country are you going to again?
South Africa.
Okay. Whenever I went to Greece, it was a long flight, but we had to fly into Turkey first. And once we had to change planes from Turkey to Greece, it got real conservative on there. They didn't have alcohol anymore. They only had beer and wine. And I was like, it's the same airline. They were like, oh, no, not in this land, baby. So yeah, I was about to say be careful, but I think you'd be all right in South Africa.
Yeah.
Going down there.
I hope so.
Oh, that's a long-ass flight.
We gonna see.
But you're going to have fun.
How often... Well, first of all, have you ever taken the Plan B?
Yes.
How often do you think you've taken it in a year?
Bitch, what?
Is that an odd question?
I just find it odd when people pop Plan Bs instead of just getting on birth control. So I have taken a Plan B, but this is like once, maybe 1 year it was twice in a year's time. But I don't pop them like that. If I feel like it needs to be, like I had one this month and next month I need one, I need to just get back on the pill or some other form of birth control. That's not meant to be used often.
When I was at one of my friend's houses recently, she wasn't home. I was doing something for her. And I was looking for some Clorox wipes. I was looking for something. And I looked under the sink, and it was like a Plan B in bulk, bitch. Like Costco Plan B. And I was like, wow, you got so many.
Take the birth control.
Some was open, one was in the trash, because then I got nosy. I was like, the fuck is going on up in here?
A lot of nothing. It seems like
then I was
this
wondering-
club is getting shot up.
Listen, I had to take a few Plan Bs.
Bullet holes. She's pregnant. She may as well give it up. She's
Because
going to be
it makes me
pregnant or
wonder
infertile. One of the other.
If you take the Plan B so often, it makes me wonder, can your body become immune to it and not work?
I don't know, probably, but they say it's not for regular use.
Say it.
And it is like a strong dose. It is emergency contraception. It's not emergency contraceptive. It's not for you to be using regularly. Tell your friend to get some birth control. There's lots of different options. There's hormonal and non-hormonal, all sorts of things, patches, pills, shots, IUDs.
I was shocked.
Rings.
And I was...
That's a lot. I would be concerned.
I felt like a concerned mother. I was like, this is...
Did you talk to her about it?
I mean, I just sent a screenshot and was like, what type of life you living? And we just laughed. But, we grown. So do what you do.
I was sent an article. This is what happens. I just want to make sure you know. And if you want me to pick you up some pills, you can get them online. You don't even have to go to the doctor anymore.
Yeah.
It's very easy. I saw a friend of mine out one day, and we were just having a casual conversation, and somehow we started talking about those, and he said that he keeps a lot of them. I said, you just be nutting in bitches all the time? And he was like, well, not all the time, but it does happen, and I can't be relying on y'all to make sure you go and take the pill. Nope, you're going to take the pill right now. And I'm just like... well, why you don't just skip that step and just not nut in her? And he was like, really? And I was like...
I'm not going to lie. I am very shocked. I've been having this nut conversation with a lot of people in my life. And I am shocked at how many people just really be shooting just be shooting the club up in people that's not even your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
Oh, I have done that.
But
it's like Carlos said, I went through the checklist. I feel like you're going to make an excellent single father. Your house nice. You got 2 cars. You make plenty of money. You've got good bone structure. Our child will have a happy life with you. Because that's where you're going to be. I'm taking Plan Bs every day. And you probably going to try and convince me to keep it. You keep it.
You keep it. Yeah, that's right. I was talking to the CVS lady because I'm not gonna lie, I had to take a Plan B over Thanksgiving.
I bet you did.
I did. It was a lot of Thanksgiving sex going on. And I felt like a grown up because I was in my hotel room. My parents were across the hall, and my sister and I had the door opening, sharing doors.
And you was fucking in there?
You
are a bad girl.
I am bad. It was liberating. And it was like I had to be quiet because the babies was up. And I was like,
you need a whooping.
It was Thanksgiving morning.
You need a whooping.
If my mom, and we did anal.
And you are so disrespectful. Whose bed was that?
It was a hotel bed. We had our own room, but we were all next to each other.
Okay. I'm thinking this is y'all are staying in somebody's house. Oh, I missed that part.
It was sexy though. I was like, my mom was knocking on the door like, you guys, it's time to get ready. I was like, oh, bitch, you gonna have to wait.
Talk about getting ready.
We doing grown things, and I don't know why y'all not.
That's what I would be wondering too. Y'all all in here with y'all's husbands?
Yeah.
What's going on? Y'all should be knocking boots and backs out too.
Right.
Yeah.
But I asked the CVS lady, I was like, ma'am, why are there so many? I took the pill in DC, and I was like, we had to go to like 3 different CVS's. And I was like,
because people like your friend is stocking up.
That's what she said. She said people come in here and buy them in bulk. And I was like, y'all need to have a limit. Because I'm a good, wholesome young lady just trying to get rid of this baby.
That's not how that works, but okay. I don't know about wholesome, but...
You ever threaten somebody and be like, keep playing with me, I'm not going to take the Plan B?
No. Why would I do that?
That's just...
And even if I didn't, it's like, nigga, you gonna be a single daddy, not me. Bye. Put me on child support if you want to.
Somebody said in a comment of something that we did, I hope y'all's kids never find your show.
I said, our kids? Bitch, we ain't got no damn kids. Our kids have been flushed down the toilet, ingested,
my
swallowed,
kids in my booty hole. They've been in my booty hole lately.
And mine went down the drain. Everybody else didn't make it. R.I.P. That's just,
That's just
but
what it
have
is.
you ever had a nigga you wanted to take the Plan B and then he's like, no, don't take it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we can do role play. But bitch, I'm taking it. The fuck? Or
there have been times that I risked it.
Who knows?
I pull it. You have the Flow app or any of the apps?
Yes, I use, it's called Eve.
Okay. And I got on there and I did. It has been pretty accurate.
It is.
But like I
put everything in there.
Yeah, right. If it's meant to be.
So I'll be like, hey, look at this. You talk about all these things you want to do, but it's green today. I don't really think my parts work, but what if they do? Are you ready for that? Single fatherhood? I don't know.
Ooh, I just know being around all them kids during Thanksgiving, I was like, wow, kids.
It was very noisy. I was like, God damn.
I thought I lost my niece. She was in the room with me, and I was putting on Shy's little jacket, and I was like, where did Disney go? Why did she have my wig on and she was in a drawer? What are you doing?
I thought I lost my friend's kid. We were in a costume store together, and I thought it was one of those situations where she thought she was with me, and I thought she was with her, and I couldn't find her little self in the store, and it was just so much stuff in there. I was like, you got her, right? Because I don't.
That's
and we need to shut the store down. But she was just hiding behind something. Where's Kiki? You need to be louder. Put the phone up. I need you to pay attention and make a noise in this store. It's too much going on.
Do you think you would whoop your kids if you did have them? Mm-mm. Me neither.
I don't know about this gentle parenting shit because that seems stressful.
Well, what's the middle line?
I don't think kids have to have whoopings. My mom or my grandma was not really gentle parenting, but just a nice stern voice was enough for me. I like rules, and I didn't mind following them, and I hope that if I ever do have children, they are like me in that regard. Just put some respect on my name and do what I'm asking you to do.
I was definitely the child that tested the limits. I got popped a few times. Yeah. Ooh. I remember one time my dad was so upset. I can't remember. I think he just had a bad day, and my dad is not like this no more, but he took the what's the little paddle ball it has a string and the ball attached to the paddle and you just toss it up.
It's called paddle ball.
Is it? I don't know. He ripped the ball off and me and Malik got spankings.
With the paddle?
With the paddle. And I was like, I can't believe you would do this to me.
What were you doing?
I think we were arguing about a toy and my dad had said, y'all need to be quiet. And
he probably did have a bad day. Like, y'all working my nerves. When
you think about parenting, I'd be like, wow, your parents really be going through life and having little babies to feed. And you over here talking about, I don't want to eat my peas. Mm-hmm. You gonna eat these peas.
Do you know how hard I had to work to get these peas and you want to throw them away? Hell no. You gonna eat this shit today. You gonna sit here till tomorrow till it's gone.
Yeah, but no, I definitely could not put my hands on my baby.
It's so sad, and then the ugly cries that they do and everything. I just feel like you got to figure out what works for the kid because every kid is different. I think you have to parent them different. That's why at max, I really just would want one, preferably a stepchild, so that the child rearing can really be done and they can already come to me with just an attitude because your daddy not with your mama no more. And that's just enough.
Yeah.
I prefer that. No potty training, teething, all the noisy stuff. I would just rather teenage angst. And then it's like, you can go to your mother's house because you're disrespectful.
What if
your daddy chose me? You shut up. I'm not your mama and I'm not one of your little friends. So, and I'll cuss her ass out too. How about that?
That is funny. That
would be a ghetto mess. I really don't want that for myself.
I don't either. I want my own children with my own DNA.
Well, I don't mind the stepchild part. I just meant the attitudes. I would like a peaceful thing. Like, oh, my stepmom's kind of cool. And you don't have to call me anything. You really don't have to talk to me. Because I don't really want to fuck with you either. I'm just playing.
I'm going to say, maybe you don't need no stepchild.
I'm just playing. Kiki loves the kids.
Yeah, those kids, they are wonderful. Okay, well, anything else?
No, I guess that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat. We can go ahead and move on to Indecisive Diane.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey, ladies! This week's date is a little on the pricey side, but if wellness is at the top of your head, then sign up right now. Grab your bae. It could be your boyfriend, your husband, a new bae, a first date if you got the money. Go to paradiseandvibe.com. Come with us to Bali in 2023. It's luxurious, it's romantic, it's whatever you make it. Bye. See ya in Bali. How do they say bye in Bali?
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diana. It's time for the advice. If you would like to ask us a question and possibly get some good advice or just hear what we think about your raggedy ass situation, email us advice@cocktailspod.com.
I almost sent in an advice.
Really?
I did. I almost sent it. I was like, I wonder if Kiki gonna read this. I sure did almost send one in. Okay. She says, I think I peed on my Sneaky Link's bed.
Ooh.
You ever did that before?
No. The fuck?
Hey, girlies. First, I would like to say I found this podcast through Horrible Decisions, and I feel like you guys may relate to this chaotic story. Well, I've perioded in a bed.
Yes.
Not pee.
Yeah.
Not me typing with these email emojis, but I gotta add spice to this story. This shit can be a Twitter thread. All right, so my sneaky link is a light-skinned, respectful drug dealer with a pit bull named after a rapper. Can't give too much details because niggas just might know who this is. Anyways, I went over to his house 2 weeks ago to smoke some weed and go on a car ride. Yes,
of course.
Yes, I'm a minimalistic hoe because of my childhood trauma, but that's for another day. I had gone to his house and everything was calm, cool, and collected. All right, I get on his bed. Mind you, it's an orthopedic bed, bitch. I knocked the fuck out. Them beds do be comfortable. Mm-hmm. I was slumped because we smoked like 3 to 4 spliffs. Anyway, I wake up face down on the bed, but my whole behind is wet. Behind. I mean, like a sweat wet, not a wet. He was trying to rub up on me and I wasn't jacking it. Here are the reasons why I wasn't jacking it. 1, my other sneaky link called me that same week saying he might have gave me chlamydia. Am I still fucking with him? Yes. Do I have standards and morals? No. Okay. I did get tested, but I love the honesty, sis.
Yes.
I did get tested, but was waiting for the results. This is how people treat COVID. They be like, well. Mm-hmm. 2, a bitch felt sweaty and wasn't gonna fuck my drug dealer sneaky link with stanky garbage juice pussy.
Period.
I want my free weed periodically.
Mm-hmm. You was gonna fuck that up if you did.
Anyways, we didn't fuck nothing. Mind you, during this time, I felt like I couldn't have peed because I couldn't have peed myself because I never experienced this in my life. Like never. So I made myself believe that I was really just sweating this pussy. Oh, I really was just sweating. This pussy put...
I was really just sweating this pussy out.
Oh, I thought that was a pee. That little mark is there. I was really just sweating this pussy out because I had thermal leggings and thermal sweatpants on. Why didn't y'all declothe?
Because she knew she might have had a little chlamydia down there. She was just trying to keep it all under wraps. I'm not giving you no pussy.
So I'm giving myself the benefit of the doubt. What's crazy is that he was still trying to fuck.
That is crazy.
What we learned a few weeks ago was niggas will still fuck stanky pussy.
They don't give a fuck.
At all. I should have sucked his dick to make him not feel weird, but a bitch hates being woken up out they sleep to fuck. So do I. So fast forward. I'm leaving his house. I say goodbye and everything is cool. I smell myself. It doesn't smell like a piss at all. Don't you hate when you really be like...
Does it smell like pee? Do I smell like pee? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. A week later, I got my results back and my pussy ain't clapping, thank the Lord. However, I smelled the same sweats I wore to his house and bitch, that shit was hard and smelled like piss.
Damn.
I don't know what to say or do because he hasn't spoken to me about it at all. Never wrote me nothing. No, we don't text consistently or usually text after the sneaky link. I copped weed from him after I realized I actually peed on myself. Everything was okay and we said happy holidays to one another. Now, my question is, do I say anything about it, take it to the grave, say I squirted in my dream, or blame him? A bitch is worried and I can't find another drug dealer to fuck because he's actually nice and genuine. This is the first light-skinned man I let hit this black goddess pussy.
I wouldn't say shit. Fuck it. He didn't say nothing and you still got your weed. If you're bored, blame him. But other than that, I wouldn't do anything. I would just carry on.
What would she be blamed? I'm confused on what could you blame him on?
I don't know. She sounded like she was just about to start lying.
I think it depends on how you're going to behave. Are you going to behave differently when you get around him? Are you going to always be thinking and wondering, is he thinking about your pissy pussy? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm the type of person where I gotta say it. I just gotta say it because I need to know, like, are we on the same page? Like, if I did pee in your bed, I'm so sorry. I would bring it up in a funny way. Like, so, last time when I was over here, I got a little high and I was really hot in my thermals and my booty sometimes gets real sweaty, but I had to go to the bathroom, but I was high and I didn't know, like, I think a little pee came out and I just wanted to know, like, did it mess up your bed or your sheets? I would have to bring it up. Because I would be wondering every time I get with him, is he looking at me like, oh, stanky pissy girl?
I feel you. I would wonder, but I would just take that shit to the graves. You still gonna hit this stanky pussy, so whatever. And if the weed is still getting got, all's well that ends well, right? And then maybe one day I would just try and peek at the sheets, like maybe after we fuck. Be like, let me take your sheets off and throw them in the washer and peek at that mattress. Hopefully he has a mattress protector. If you don't, this is a sign you need to get you a mattress protector that's waterproof for all sorts of accidents.
I don't know if I ever told you this before in life, but I used to pee in the bed. Me and my sister. My brother be trying to say he didn't, but he did. Not as long as us. So my mom thought something was wrong with it. It was into our adult years. And so it got to the point where when I would spend the night at anyone's house, I just would not drink anything because I was terrified. And I remember one time
Was that why you always had slumber parties at your house?
No, because one time I did a slumber party at this girl Samantha's house. She lived in our neighborhood, and I had on this cotton nightgown, and I peed in my sleeping bag and didn't tell anyone, didn't tell her mom or anything. And I could smell the pee, and I was just still running around doing the activities with everyone. And in our adult years, her older sister hit my sister up on Facebook and said, I remember one time my sister had a sleepover when your sister peed in the bed and just was walking around in piss. So I have PTSD when it comes to pissing in the bed. I would have to know. It was horrible. I'm talking about, we was 21 peeing in the bed.
Medina, you was in college in your dorm peeing in the bed?
Stressed out. Every time
What was happening? What was wrong?
Too many liquids. It was like I would have those dreams where you think you're on the toilet and you're not.
I have had those dreams before. I mean, I have peed the bed before, but it just was not.
I peed in Hannah's bed before. I woke up, there was a note. She had to go to work. She was like, ma'am, I don't know what happened. I was mortified. I was mortified.
That is embarrassing. I have. Now, sometimes I've had accidents, even as an adult, in the bed before, not regularly, but I've had them. And then also just when I can't get to the bathroom quick enough, and that is the worst.
It's the worst.
That is the worst. That's why I be like, at the live shows, I have to have a pee break. I remember when we had our Houston show in 2019, I had a little tinkle in my outfit, and I changed my outfit. Medina was so mad at me because she thought I just tried to do a wardrobe change. And I was like, no, I had a wardrobe malfunction because I didn't want to say I had peed on myself, but I did pee on myself a little bit. And then I tried to wash it off. There was a full shower and bathroom, so I was like, this is taking too long, but I can't go back out there smelling like pee. The seats are leather. And it was going to be wet. So I had to put my other outfit on, and everybody just going to be mad and think I was having a diva moment when really I had a childish moment and had a little tinkle.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. And that was a long walk to the bathroom.
Oh, it was. They had a long hallway in the basement.
It was huge. That place was huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, girl, I do not think you should blame him. That's weird. You gonna blame him.
I would just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I just said if she wanted to start some drama, she should blame him, because that's exactly what that's going to do, like if you're bored. But, I would just take it to the grave because there's no need. Okay, next one. Hi, ladies. So let's get to it. Me and my boyfriend have been together since April, almost 8 months. We went to high school together and rekindled an old flame. One I put out previously because I wasn't ready to be with him. I was still young, dumb, and full of cum, and I knew I was going to fuck up his life. Now we are 31 and 33. I am a quality specialist at biopharma company and a braid stylist on the side. I used to braid full time, but went back to work because life is real. Plus, I figured I'd use this degree that I got to pay for. He is a workaholic, master's degree, and has 3 jobs. God damn, y'all. Do y'all see each other? And he doesn't have any kids, so it's just him. He makes bank. We're long distance, North Carolina and D.C. Okay, so when we started dating, we had all the discussions on marriage, kids, and what we were looking for in a partner. He was all excited talking about kids, their names, our wedding, and what he wants. He was all in, more into it than me. He came all in loving my son, playing stepdad, and doing whatever my son asks of him. I appreciate it because he loved that extension of me. However, I felt he was trying to replace my son's dad, who isn't MVP dad at all, but my son knows him and spends a lot of time with his dad's parents. Okay, 8 months later, after Thanksgiving weekend, things started to feel different. First, let me say he's very insecure when it comes to my son's dad. Mind you, me and him, baby daddy, are not buddy-buddy, but we do communicate about my son and we don't hate each other. So we're cool when it comes to the kid. My son and I go to D.C. to spend Thanksgiving with him because we love him and understand his work schedule and the fact that he doesn't spend time with family a lot. His mom is passed, doesn't really speak with his father, and his siblings have their own things going on. Plus, he pays for everything when they are around. Okay, so my son's father lives in D.C. as well, so I set it up for my son to go with his dad while we're there so me and the boo can have some grown time together. When my son got back, this nigga started tripping, saying when my son got back, he was not the same. His demeanor changed, and he felt that maybe his dad said something negative about him, like, that's not your daddy. Some insecure shit that removed all my attraction towards him. He can be insecure at times, and that's annoying. On a previous trip to D.C. To spend the weekend with my boyfriend, I took my son by his father's place so that he could see him before heading home because he hadn't seen him in a while, and he asked me about him from time to time. Since we were in the area, I took him by. My boyfriend went off. He was saying / asking He felt that I still wanted him because I went out of my way to take my son to see him. And he felt that my son seeing his father would erase the time we spent with him. What the fuck? Asking had I been planning this and hadn't told him, being extra, when in truth, it was a last minute thing because we were leaving early and had time for a 30-minute stop. So 2 days passed after Thanksgiving, and he's still in his feels about my son's demeanor not being the same, which was not a big deal to me because kids get into moods, and he wasn't disrespectful or anything. He just wasn't in a playful mood when we picked him up. My boyfriend wasn't even acting the same. I just felt the vibe was off with him, like somebody was trying to steal his son that's not even his. During the visit, he also asked me when I was going back to school because I had brought it up before. I told him I was going back for cosmetology. He ain't like that. He said he'd rather see me doing something in my field, biology, versus doing hair. He's pro go to work and doesn't believe in and understand the entrepreneurial life. He said he'll support me in whatever I do. He just wants me to do my all in whatever I choose. Yeah. So a few days later, I posed a question to him about moving up there with him. My lease is up in a few months and I plan to buy a house once that time comes, which he volunteered to pay half my rent starting January. Why do that if we can just have one household? And if I'm going back to school, I need some help financially, as I will have to cut out on the braiding to focus on school and mommying because that braiding be some good money for me. I need mentally as well. Y'all, I've been holding my shit down for a long time now. I'm ready to have a family and physical support and some regular dick. Long distance is not for the weak. And I've been faithful. Whew. He rapidly declined, saying he's not ready. He wants to continue working like he is now, 16 to 24-hour days, sometimes 7 days a week for a few more years. God damn, is he trying to die? This is a big step / adjustment, and I get it. It is, but no need in keeping me locked down if this not what you want. Then during the discussion of my son and him changing once he got back for the umpteenth time, he said, if we ever break up or it doesn't work out, I will always look out for you. I won't just ghost you like you did in the past. When he said that, something just said, this shit is over, girl. What y'all think? Did he break up with me without breaking up with me? Should I stick it out these 3 years while he gets to a place he feels comfortable to start a family with? I feel like I'll be a damn fool if we don't work out and I gave him 3 years of being committed to just him. But shit, I will be getting my bills paid and the D in head is on point. Shit getting real, but if boyfriend want these 2 kids and a wedding, we need to get to it. No need to keep waiting if that's what you want. I will not be 40 pushing a stroller. Thanks for reading. I know it was long. It was. But I love y'all and keep being an inspiration to us all. Heart.
Oh, when people in relationships have these types of discussions, I personally think it's over. I think it's good to have them and you know that he's not on the same page with you right now with the whole moving in and starting a family. And when somebody says that, man or woman, I think you should listen. Because I don't agree with moving in with each other because it's going to be easier. That's just a recipe for disaster to me. Like, I've done it and it's not going to make you who he wants as a wife. Because to me, when men say that, I think they just know you're not the one for him in that, like he doesn't see you as his wife. And I think it's good that he lets you know that. It sucks, but I don't think you should just move in and buy a house out there and have him be the stepdaddy to the child that he thinks is his. That part is I didn't even touch on that part. That's crazy.
That's the part that was most alarming to me, how he's like trying to take over his dad's role. And it's like, you can be a loving step-parent figure, right? Mm-hmm. But
know your place.
Yeah. So what if the other guy isn't that great of a father? He is still spending time with him and that child wants that relationship with him. So you can do you and be you, but you can't be upset that he's spending time with him or that he's trying to foster a relationship with his daddy. That's normal. Because I feel like if y'all get married, he's going to be like, there's no need for him. And I know people like that where they feel like, okay, I can love this woman and her child, but if we are to be married, I just would rather adopt the child and he doesn't need to have anything to do with that other
crazy.
Man. Which is crazy, but that's how a lot of people really feel. And that's what it's giving. I don't think that this is a good idea. And he's going to have an issue because if you start doing some biology shit, which it seems like you don't really care about that for real, it's just steady income. You really like hair. And you want to be able to do more than braids. So that's why you want to go to cosmetology school. And that can make you a lot of money. And so it's like the fact that he's not respecting that and he only respects the biology field, That's another red flag. I think you need to get out of there, sis.
Yeah, girl. Like, you want somebody that's going to support you in what you want. I'm not just talking about financially, but just support your dreams and your goals and push you towards that. Not be like, well, I think you should do biology because this hair shit is dumb. Like, what, nigga? What?
And have you seen the prices of braids these days?
Because, bitch,
that's some money.
I need to get my hair braided. I'm like, why is it $400?
I need a cosmetology license.
This is the Motherland hairstyle. I feel like I should get a discount.
Well, you're going to have to go to the Motherland to get that discount.
That is crazy. I ain't going to have no edges if I go to the Motherland and get it done.
You're going to have to trade it for something. You want edges or you want this deal? What do you want? Because you can't have both, baby. I'm just gripping everything that I can with my mic for $20.
I feel you. Ma'am, leave that man alone. Find you a new one. There's a lot out here. Just start over.
Yep, it's not that bad because you're about to waste another 3 to only end up in divorce. Oop. Moving on to the cocktails. Make sure you send us a cocktail if you have one. Cocktails at cocktailspod.com.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
I hope that we didn't read this word. I don't think so, but
Okay.
okay. She said in the title, sex is better with somebody else's husband. Hey, Kiki and Medina. Okay. So first off, let me say I love you both. But Medina is my spirit animal. Okay. What do people mean when they say that?
Like, I think they really mean, like, you're the person I want to be or you're the person who's most like me.
Okay. Thank you. I've only been listening to y'all for a couple of months, but I legit feel like y'all are my sisters. Anyway, so I wanted to tell y'all about my newest sneaky link. This is the sneaky link week. Let me start from the beginning. About 3 years ago, I met my, follow me closely, sister-in-law's best friend's brother-in-law. When we met, okay, so they're not family because that's your sister-in-law's best friend's brother-in-law. When we met, we locked eyes and sparks flew almost immediately. I love when that happens. I had to literally coach myself out of it. I kept telling myself, leave that woman's husband alone. And I did leave him alone until earlier this week. The other day on IG, I posted the anonymous response link in my stories. Excuse me. And someone sent me a kind of sexual response. I posted the response and blocked out the explicit part. He then sent me a DM asking what the full message said. So I sent him a screenshot of the full message. So we're laughing about it, and he ends up telling me he's been wanting to be whacked. He's been wanting to be waxed by me. I'm an esthetician and I own a salon, but he's scared. So I was telling him that the pain isn't that bad because that's usually why first timers are scared. Bitch, it is bad. It still hurts, and I've been getting waxed since I was 20. But he then told me that he wasn't worried about the pain. He said he was more scared of liking it and getting an erection from it. That's why they don't wax men at European Wax Center. Y'all just getting hard from wax. He then confesses to the anonymous message being from him, and he said he's been wanting me ever since we met 3 years ago. Long story short, he makes an appointment with me for the next day. He comes to my shop and I lock the front door, and sis, I couldn't lock that door fast enough because baby, he was all over me. He kissed me so slowly and deeply. I walked into the wax room and he laid me down. He completely devoured me. Like he ate me until I came twice. Of course, I returned the favor and gave him head until he came all over my titties.
He was supposed to be getting a wax, though, right? Okay, making sure I didn't miss something.
And he got a wife. Then he bent me over and fucked me like I hadn't been fucked in a long time. I came all over his dick and dropped to my knees to suck it right off. Then he entered me again and whispered in my ear, I've been wanting this pussy for like 3 fucking years. And that made me come again. After we fucked for the 3rd time in my shop, I had to put him out because my legs were shaking like crazy. He kissed me slowly again and told me he'd be back again and again and again for it because it was so good. He said he knew it wouldn't be good, but it was much... He said he knew it would be good, but it was much better than he expected. Now he in my DMs telling me how he can't wait to see me again. I can't lie, his dick was the bomb, but that's probably because he's somebody else's husband. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest. XOXO.
Because you sure can't tell your best friend, the brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Ooh.
I wonder if more people that be in salon suites and own their own little, salon, do they be fucking in it?
I bet they do.
I bet they do too.
I would. All right. So, speaking of that, fucked in my salon suite is the next story.
Ooh,
so,
I did not do that on purpose. That's crazy.
Okay, hey ladies, sorry in advance for how long it is, but I think it's really worth a read. I hope. I finally have a juicy cocktail worth sharing. So I have children and their father and I are still together. However, I'm no longer satisfied with him at this point in my life. I've been wanting more for a while now and just haven't found anyone else. I know you all will say leave him, but honestly, it's more convenient to just stay for now. Anyway, I recently went out for my best friend's birthday and one of our mutual guy friends and I started flirting in the club. I really wanted him that night, but went home like a lady. He immediately hit me up on Snapchat. That's where the cheaters play. We exchanged information and started talking from there. Fast forward, one sober sex later, I'm finally able to get to him again. This time, I was sure to have a few drinks. We met up after I had gone to a bar on a Sunday night. I had the kids squared away with their dad and told him I was going out for drinks with my friend girl. I knew this way I would have the most time and not have to rush back home. We met in my salon parking lot after I left the bar because he insisted on coming closer to me since I had been drinking. When he pulled up, we talked for a bit in his car, then I moved closer to him. Mid-conversation, I just started kissing him very softly. Then I looked down at his dick and he told me to pull it out. I told him I wanted to do it. So he takes it out and I slowly let a slow stream of warm spit flow over the head and down his shaft. Then I took his dick into my hands and put it in my mouth. I focused on the head for about 10 seconds before letting the whole thing slide into my mouth. I licked my hand so that it could easily glide up and down his dick as I sucked the rest. His dick was pretty girthy and can be a lot to take at once. I continued sucking his dick and focused mainly on the head. When I heard him say, "You gonna make me come," I moved my hand to hold his balls and sucked him so hard like I was trying to pull his nuts through a straw. Ooh. He came in my mouth like 10 seconds later. I do not typically swallow, but I definitely did this night. Swallow him whole. I then sat back and we talked a bit more, and as I was about to tell him we need to go, it's getting late, he got out of the car, opened my door, and gave me a hug. I was a little tipsy, so I really don't remember what was said, but before I knew it, he had me bent over the passenger car seat and his dick was in my pussy, grinding so slow. We are literally outside my salon suite building in the parking lot fucking at 1 a.m. He then said, "Hey, let's go inside." I'm like, oh Lord. I know there are cameras as you walk up to the front door to get into the building, and I'm just thinking the building owners are going to think I'm a whore. But I obliged and we went on in. I'm so happy we did. I have a futon in my salon suite for clients that bring extra guests sometimes to be comfortable. So he took his pants off and sat on the futon. I told Alexa to play some R&B, and before the song could get good and started, I climbed on top of him and felt him slowly slide into my extremely wet pussy at this point. I rode him slowly, then faster, and until we picked up a rhythm. Girl, it was so good to me. At one point, I looked this man dead in his eyes and showed him the spit on my tongue, and he opened his mouth so it could land right on his tongue. We continued to kiss, and I rode his dick again, focusing on the head even while I'm riding. I have learned this technique while riding where I can make the head of his dick stroke my walls more than just straight in and out.
I know that one too. Mm-hmm. You'll be working.
This technique worked in my favor because, girl, I made him come so loud and hard, I could feel his body shake as he came. I slowly got up and cleaned the cum off his dick and stomach with my mouth. We put our clothes on. I sprayed the futon down with disinfectant spray and went home with all smiles. I forgot about the fact that this is where the customers be sitting. Okay, I'm already thinking about the next time. I hope you enjoyed this, ladies. I tried to be as detailed as I could. Sign, your well-fucked braider. Also, here's my IG in case you want to know what I look like. I think the one of these had pictures too. I wouldn't see. That's gonna make me think about it. Leather furniture only.
I'm glad you got to dig down, but y'all better be careful here, especially when y'all fucking and you married without, because there clearly was no protection used here because she just jumped off and licked the cum off his dick. Y'all better be careful. You need to be buying Plan B in bulk at Costco because you about to be pregnant and sad and divorced.
Ooh, that would be a hot ghetto mess.
It was a great
thanks
story.
for sending it in. Yeah. You guys make sure you check the description for the links to everything we've talked about today. Buy your live show tickets, sign up for Patreon, get the merch, sign up for Paradise and Vibe, all that good stuff. Get Klassy Baste, everything. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. We're at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Bean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry. but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Wait on the track.
Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Wait on the track. Wait on the track.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.